right? I mean 84. It says to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt endeavor. Oh, this is a good one right here. It says of the Most High to inflict evil, which the word evil means bad time, right? To inflict evil upon one in order to prove his character and the steadfastness of his faith. I don't have to read any more now. That's pretty much the point. So in this truth, the Lord is proving to see whether you're set to be his men or you're the good men. All right, prepared before the kingdom. And if not so, then you ain't gonna make it. All right. So right now is the examination, the time of examining oneself, whether you are in the faith. So let's read that one more time. Read that verse again. And that's why I always say out here, man, a large amount of people ain't gonna make it because a lot of people are just doing whatever they want to do. Okay, it's like you got those pastors over there. They're teaching for hire. They're not teaching because they want to, serve the word of the Lord to the people. They're teaching to make money. Okay, and then you got certain, you got also brothers that claim to be in the truth. They're doing what they want to do. All right, they're not walking according to the rule. All right, just like our women out there, they want to do what they want to do. They want to show their ass. All right, they want to show their ass to multiple different men. Because they feel as though if they don't do so, they're not going to get no attention. So that self-willed spirit that goes against the commandments of the Lord, that's going to lead you to the fucking mire, man. That's going to lead you 6 feet deep under the ground one day. And those missiles are going to do that job. So this is why you can understand if your eyes are open and you have higher understanding. This is why you can clearly see without a shred of doubt that most people are going to be out of it. They're going to be put to death real soon when the deal goes down, man. Go on, brother.
All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith.
And really, this is talking about the men that's in the faith. This ain't really talking about everybody, So I should have just pinpointed to the brothers that's in the faith, But I'm just saying, it still stands because there's a law and order that the Most High set up. All right, there's a certain instruction that we have to follow as mankind on this earth. But a lot of people ain't following that manuscript. Okay, so it's going to lead to them receiving the recompense, and their recompense is going to be to their own downfall. Because when you go against the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, which you was created in, what are you doing? You're going against yourself. Okay. Anyway, let's dive into the point.
Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves.
Yep.
Know ye not your own selves?
Right, prove your own selves. How do you prove your own self? By the Most High inflicting evil upon you and you coming out throughout the other side. That's how you prove yourself in the faith, man. Okay? So, I mean, I'm going to go back and say this. If a brother tells you to do something, you can't simply do that. Right? And I'm just saying that as an example because it needs to be said. Right? And I'm doing this for a reason. If you can't simply do that, then you're not fit. You're not fit to go into the other side. You're not fit to overcome the perils to come. Okay? So that's where the examination comes in. You have to build yourself up. You got something, yeah?
A little bit more.
Yeah, read that.
Right. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahushua Mashiach is in you?
Yeah.
Except ye be reprobates.
Right, except ye be reprobates. So you gotta check if the Lord is with you, the Spirit of the Heavenly Father is with you. And if that's not the case, man, then that's a bad deal. All right, and eventually it's gonna show.
A little bit more there.
All right, go on.
But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
But we shall know that we are not reprobates if you check yourself ever so often that you do. Okay? That's all it is from this. That's it, right?
Now I pray to God that I do no evil. Not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, through ye be as reprobates.
Right. So what we're doing is the reason why we're doing this is because we honestly believe in this thing. It's for honesty's sake. Because in this truth, you have to be genuine. You have to be honest. And a lot of people out here are not honest, especially Jake. What I realize about Jake as a whole, they've lost that trait of honesty. They used to have it, but they don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay? Only the few men that the Lord chose, all right, that's got the honesty and the integrity within them, he chose them to bring forth this word and to restore law and order. The house of David, which we are the house of David, that's being formulated process-wise.
For we can do nothing against the truth,
Yeah,
but for the truth.
exactly. So you can't, I mean, you could try, you could disagree
Yeah.
all you want. You
Okay.
could say, well, I don't really agree with this. But either and or, you're helping it anyway. Because one thing with truth, you cannot destroy that which is true. That's like trying to destroy the oxygen you breathe. You got to be one idiot to think that you can do something like that. So what is the truth of the matter? Since I mentioned the truth, or part of the truth. What's that, bro?
Well, I was wondering, I had a question.
Right, well, I'm going to ask you a question concerning the truth. Now, the truth of the matter
I mean,
is,
it was something simple, it wasn't something...
that's fine, but I'm going to explain what we're all about to you. Right? Now, the truth of the matter is the Lord only died for these people on the side here. Okay? Now, you can accept it or believe it or not. That's fine. Now, if you're not on the side here, then there's a chance that you are not a part of the chosen. You're not going to be saved. But if your line goes back to these people on the side, then there's a chance you could be saved.
So,
Okay.
So if you're not on that board, you're not going to make it.
You ain't gonna make it. But I'll say this: you got our people that look like the other nations. Like, where you from, by the way?
I'm from Somalia.
I thought so, right? And I'm looking at you guys. You guys could be Israelites. And the reason why I say that to you because I'm reading your spirit. I'm reading your spirit. You know, you guys don't have that natural Cushite mentality, because the original people of Somalia or East Africa, they're the people of Cush, and they have their own little spirit. But I see you guys got a different spirit from them. Okay, more or less like the spirit of Jacob. Go on, brother. I see on you guys, but I meant to say, go on.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in
And I'm
that
going to
day
read this, and then I'm going to dive back to what you were saying.
that the Lord shall set his hand again the second
See,
time.
that's a Cushite right there. You see the spirit of that man? That's a Cushite right there. Not me, stop it.
And that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover.
So you guys got some flavor. He don't got no flavor. You got to read spirits, my man.
Set his hand again a second time
Yeah.
to recover the remnant
Yeah.
of his people,
Yeah.
which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt
Yeah.
and from Pathros and from Cush.
And from Cush, meaning, you know, people like yourself. You're surrounded around those people of Cush, but you could be Israelites. Okay, like the man that just walked past. I saw, because see, the Lord shows examples all the time.
Yeah.
The Lord will, like you know, most of the times you will speak about something, and then it appears, and then it's shown from there. Okay, like I'm gonna say again, like the guy that walked past, I saw his spirit, man. He was a Cushite. That you're gonna receive this truth. Okay, or if you're an Israelite first and foremost. Keep
There's
going.
12 tribes of Israel.
Yep.
Israel, is that not where
The
current...
fake Jews are around, right?
Oh wait, so you're the...
We're the real ones. Yeah, the like, for example, the so-called Negro, right? That went on cargo slave ships, that they teach in the schools and everything. Those are the people that are the descendants of the real Israelites. Okay, or you call them blacks or West Indians or African Americans, what have you, or Haitians. Those are the people of Israel. Okay, and this is something that the higher elites know. The powers that be of the society, they know about this. But they don't want to teach that in the school systems. Why? Because they don't want favor to be showed unto us. Because if that's the case, then they would have to stop, pretty much withdraw from their rule and put us in that position and have the masses of the people to respect us. So the agenda of the powers that be is to have the multitude of the people disrespect us, like exploiting us on TV, putting these rap guys, got them looking stupid on TV. And there's a reason why they're doing that, because they want to tarnish, they're looking to tarnish our image, because we already have an image, which is the way of the scriptures. So the way to lead our people astray from that is to pretty much set these programs up to mislead our people, and rap is a big part of it. That's right.
How did you guys manage to find out? You said the Haitians?
Yeah, the richest Levi.
Yeah, well, originally from Israel.
Well, let's hit that. Get Genesis 49.
Question.
I've got the slavery scripture.
Okay.
Slavery ships.
Yeah, you could. I'd say we'll read that first and foremost.
First one, yeah.
You know, it speaks about Levi.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Yeah.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So that's a prophecy that Moses spoke about to the children of Israel. This was like 3,000 plus years ago, and he told them, he said, look, if you disobey the commandments of the Lord, one of the curses that you're going to go into slavery on cargo slave ships. All right. So let's read that again. I'm going to break it down.
Right? Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Yeah.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Meaning in bondage, in slavery. Go on.
Again with ships.
Yeah, with ships this time, because back, 3,000 plus years ago, from Egypt to Israel, you didn't have to go on a ship. All you could do is just walk down it, just right around the corner. Go on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Yeah.
thou shalt see it no more
Thou
again.
shalt see it no more again. So most of our people have been back to Israel ever since we went on cargo slave ships. Go on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Then you shall be sold unto your enemies, the so-called white man. Go on. I'll take that.
Upon men and upon women.
Right, for servants.
And no man shall pay.
Meaning they're not going to redeem you out of your captivity, like Martin Luther King's trying to do. I believe some white geezer named John Brown or something like that. He had a big long beard. He even tried to, have Israel escape out of that low condition of slavery. And then what happened was they pretty much noosed his ass. They hanged his ass. All right, that's what they did. So that's the fulfillment of prophecy. But the only man and the only entity that's going to save our people or buy people back out of captivity is Yahweh Shai. Go on.
Isaiah chapter 43, verse 11.
Yeah.
Even I am the Lord, and besides me
Yep.
there is no Savior.
Right, I am the Lord, and besides me there is no Savior. So with the reason why the Lord put us in a lower state as we are today, so that at the last end, the Lord can then show his power and also show that he has the power to deliver us by using his son, Yahweh Shai. This is the word called Jesus Christ, but we say Yahweh Shai. Go on.
Verse 12. I have declared and have saved, and I have shown when there was no strange God among you.
Right, exactly. And that's when it's going to be declared that there's only one power. It's not multiple different gods or belief systems. Okay, it's the one power and it's one faith and it's one belief system. So give me that in Deuteronomy, 32. And I believe it's 8. Not 8. It might not even be Deuteronomy 32. It could be Deuteronomy 30, verse where it speaks about how the Lord, he's the one that heals, and he's the one that kills.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, get that.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I am he,
Yep.
and there is no God with me.
Right, there's no God besides him. So you have Buddha, you have Krishna, and all of these different gods. What's that?
All the nations, God's idols.
And you have Muhammad and their God and all of that. There are no gods. The God that created the heavens and the earth, that's the God. That's of Israel. And he's a live and moving God. Okay, and he's the one that established the foundations of the earth and created mankind from the dust of the earth. Okay, go on.
And there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
Right, so the Lord, he does all the killing and he also makes alive. So when people say, oh, Satan killed that person or that, that little child, that was the Lord that did that, right? We just reading you the Bible. We're reading you the reality of the matter. Okay, because if you notice what we're doing is we're bringing out the scriptures. We're not talking out of the side of our neck or filibustering. We're literally bringing out the word of the Lord as it states. So let's rerun that again, man.
Deuteronomy 32, verse 39.
Yeah.
See now that I, even I, am he,
And that's Yahweh. Go on.
and there is no God with me.
Yep.
I kill and I make alive.
I make alive. Go on.
I wound and I heal.
Right, so the Lord wounded his people, man, by putting them through, the tribulation. And we're still under tribulation right now. Which the word tribulation means, a trial of your faith or something like that. So while we're in this captivity, we're being tried out. Okay, we gotta see the enemies of Israel, or our enemies, which were the Israelites, compassed round about us, and also more successful than we are. And Herod is with the people of the Lord. So we have to deal with all of this stuff right here. And that's all because of our transgression. Right? But it's not all bad. It's not all, what is it? Like I said, it's not going to be all bad. It's for our own good. So we can build ourselves up. And then also, when the Lord establishes righteousness on the earth, we'll learn how to appreciate exactly what we see before us. So it's all in due correction. All right, go on. You got some, right?
I kill, I make alive.
Yep.
I wound and I heal.
Right, I wound and I heal. Go on.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right, so when you watch slavery, right, them slave films like Roots and stuff like that, you see Jake get wounded by Esau, which was the slave master at the time. That was a Lord right there. That did all of that stuff right there.
Right.
The lynchings and the hanging upside down and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
That was a Lord that was pretty much exploiting his people. To show them a lesson. That's what that was all about. Okay? Because the Lord got tired of Israel's bullshit, man.
Right.
You do get tired of Israel's bullshit. You do. Go on, bro.
Right. Amos chapter 3 verse 6. So a trumpet be blown in the city,
Yeah.
and the people not be afraid. Shall there be evil in a city,
Yeah.
and the Lord have not done it?
Right, and the Lord have not done it. So the Lord orchestrates everything that goes down here, whether it's a bad thing or a positive thing. If there's bad times that breaks out in the city, the Lord is sanctioning it. So really the Lord is in control on what time the economy collapses as well, which that's going to bring in the bad time, the evil in the city. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta take your head up your ass and look at reality, man, and see it how it is. All right. Take the what is it, man? Take the the glare out of your eyes and see clearly, man. Because the Lord is in control of everything, baby boy. Everything. Go on.
Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
Now we're going to go back to the wisdom and understanding, which shall be the stability of thy time. And the only men that has received that are the men that you see standing up here, and also those that are supporting the men that you see standing up here. Okay? Those that believe in him from the beginning. Those are the men that are going to receive this understanding, and this understanding is going to build them up even unto the very last end, to the point where they're going to be molded enough to deal with the tribulation. All right, go on.
And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Exactly, that's all I have to say. Yes, so read what you got if you got something. Keep going. Okay. Let me see what I
said.
All right, go on.
Right. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Right, and that encompasses, that also, not one used the word encompasses, but that's a part of the truth. But it's the main thing that stands out, that makes this truth for what it is. It's the name. Okay, and I've even tested this out myself. When we were persecuted, me and this brother, I was thinking on the name of the Lord constantly, and I was reading the story of Job. All right, and this was the first time that we got persecuted. All right, and in due time we got delivered out of it. So that's why, man, this truth should make you feel more confident in this truth. Let me reiterate what I just said. That didn't sound right. This truth should make you more confident in that you can trust in the Lord. Because another thing too, you gotta look at it like this: the Lord will put you through the ringer, just so He can let you know that you can trust Him, and then therefore have confidence in the faith. You understand? And ever since that's happened, I've been highly confident in this thing, man. All right, and you got to gain more confidence as the days go on, because a lot of us came from the world into the truth with little to no faith. So now we understand the specs of faith. Okay, and that's what's going to lead us to the other side. As the saying goes in the scripture, faith can move mountains. So it's all about having faith going.
So
Psalms 119, verse 49.
And many will perish because of the lack of faith. Go on.
Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope.
Yeah.
This is my comfort in my affliction.
Right. This is my comfort in my affliction. Okay, because when you're afflicted, that's how you know right there, okay, the Lord is dealing with me. All right, cool. But when you ain't going through anything, then you gotta think to yourself, well, wait a minute. Oh man, I might not make it. I might not be one of the Lord's chosen if you're not going through anything. So you gotta go through what you're going through. Okay? And you know, when you go through certain things, it's to really build you up.
But then rewind it.
Go on, brother.
And
This is my comfort in my affliction.
Yeah.
For thy word have quickened me.
Keep going. Right, so that's just the whole thing. So you gotta be comforted in this truth, whether you're going through chastisement or in your personal life or what happened. It may seem like your life is going freaking downhill, but that's what you gotta do with it, man. Because if you can't do, because really the Lord is testing you. The Lord is trying to see what kind of what you're made out of, man. All right, and it's also really because the Lord is trying to get you in the right state of mind as well. And that's why you know sometimes like what parents will do, parents will get on one kid harder than the other kid.
Yeah.
Because that other kid needs to be got on more than the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people learn quick from their mistakes and all, and some people don't. So those are the guys you gotta work on more, so that they can get it as well. Yes, so I'm going.
Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him.
Exactly.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is.
Right, that he is. So before you come to the Lord, you gotta believe that you're one of his men. It's all faith, baby boy. It's all faith. All right. It took faith for you to walk when you was a toddler. Okay. It took faith for you to open your eyes and see clearly. Okay. It took faith knowing that you could pick up something and hold it. Everything evolves around faith, man. Even the most simplest things, it's all faith. You know, so being that we know this now, because I've spoken about it, now we have to really pinpoint faith and the importance of it. And that we have to pray for it more. All right? As the scripture says, faith is a gift.
Can I make a point what you just said?
Yeah, go on.
About you always try with you mentioned about the children. Some two kids might the parent might get on one harder than the other.
Yep.
Relating it to Yahushua when he got on Peter more than he got on John.
Right.
And Peter was the one that became the rock.
Right.
But the point is that he got on Peter much more than he got on John.
Exactly.
To reprove them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To prove it. Because Peter wasn't in the right state of mind. Because what did Peter say? Peter said, Peter tried to prevent the Lord from doing what he had to do. So Yahushua said, look, get from me, Satan.
Yeah.
Get from me, old Satan. So, you know, if a brother calls another brother Satan, hey, brothers are going to get offended by that, man. Because that's a hard thing to say to brothers. Oh, brother, you Satan, you know? That's a hard thing to take in. But Peter was told this, or, you know, Peter was insulted by Yahushua. And the reason why that was the case, the reason why he said that, because Peter was trying to prevent him from doing what he had to do. All right? In other words, Satan was fucking with Peter. And Yahushua saw that. So, read about it.
That's it. Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith it's impossible to please him.
Yeah.
For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is.
Yeah.
And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Exactly. Meaning he's your Lord and Savior, like the Christians would say. You know, so you gotta believe in that. You gotta believe that Yahushua, he's the one that's gonna make everything correct and save us out of it. You know, he's our Savior. You gotta believe in that. You gotta believe that you're gonna make it. All right, you can't come into the truth and have this mentality where, man, I'm very sure that I don't think I'm gonna make it. All right, now you gotta think in your mind that there's a possibility you can make it. Although no one's told you, no one said anything to you that you're gonna make it. No spirit appeared and told you you're a part of the elect, but you gotta believe in it, man. Like Paul said, man. Paul said the same thing. You know, he was confident in the hope that he would